going to be talking about some mobility drills, but also some strength drills to help you improve on your front rack position. Okay, so notably one of the biggest issues that most people have getting into the front rack position is actually going to be coming from the shoulder and the spine in combination, because we use the two of them. So one of the easiest things that we can do is kind of use a 3 drill circuit to get at everything, which we can do right in the front of class, but it can also be programmed at the end of class to make sure that we're really putting some icing on that cake, and you're really kind of learning what you need to for the following up session. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the shoulder. So Darby over here, he's going to walk you through how to get set up with that PVC pipe, working on that external shoulder positioning, and I'll talk about why it's relatively important for the upper front rack position.
So we want to make sure that that PVC pipe is directly up and down with that front arm, forearm area. We've got a good, nice grip on the bar, and we can use that other arm for some leverage coming out. We want to make sure that we're not going on the inside too much, because we're not going to get any real pull there, that we're pulling to that outside, creating that rotation to make sure that we're opening up the shoulder, that elbow, and that wrist all in combination.
Yeah, if there's one thing to add to it, what I see a lot of people do sometimes is that they'll shrug up the shoulder while they're doing this position. What I think about is really relaxing the shoulder blades and also giving them a little bit of some retraction together, so that we're mimicking what it will feel like to be in that front rack position, which is my arms are out in front of me and I'm stabilizing that with the back, which we're going to do next. I typically will program this to be like a 6 to 10 second hold, and then probably going through about 3 rounds. That'll be the first set. And then they'll come back and look at, they'll do the same A, B, C, so this will be A exercise in that circuit. Come back and do it 2 more times if you've got enough time to do it that many. Cool. So next drill is really going to be a wall opener. This is like super basic to do, so come follow us over to the wall. So what we're looking for here is to try to be in as much of a neutral position as we can be. Mind you, for front rack position, our arms are going to be here. If we're going to be working on a snatch, then our arms are going to be wider. But we want to take up as much slack as possible to get the best benefit. So I'm going to start in what would be my front rack position. Arms are out on the wall. I'm going to take a step back. And now that I've got some weight on my hands, I'm going to simply drop through. And what you should feel is that you get some good extension through the spine. If you're unable to get to here because you have shoulder pain, obviously just get to where you can comfortably. And we'll use this the same thing as kind of a hold, and then go through reps. So I'll go through it if you want to add in any other coaching tips that you do for anybody while I'm going through this.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I like to look for, because this relates to handstand push-ups and everything we do upside down as well, is he's got nice active hands. He's like squeezing the wall while he's doing it, but he's keeping that head really in line. So he's not pushing the head through aggressively. He hasn't got it up where he's looking at the wall right there. He's got a nice neutral spine. You can see his back's not rounding. And he's not worried about his feet too much. He's got him in a good position where he's almost stretching out his ankles while he's doing it. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's almost like you get a 2-for-1 on that end of it to the Achilles. So that's going to be B, right? We'll maybe want to work through either something like a good 6-second hold, and maybe go through 3 reps or 6 reps. Again, relatively speaking, for your time. Remember, motion is lotion, so really trying to get your body moving before you go warm up actively, not just passively, is really going to make a difference. So let's go to the last one. So the last circuit is going to be a prone swimmer, but it depends kind of like your ability. I know you see a lot of people that don't have like good, healthy shoulder motion. They might not be able to do the Y position. So kind of sometimes starting in a I position may be a good place to go to. So I'll get into a position if you want to add any coaching tips that you need people to do when they're here.
Let's say one of the big ones that I like to keep in mind right here is not only is the shoulder, but you've got to keep your core nice and tight while you're doing it. You can see he's still got the straight head with that stabilization of the spine, but you can see with these shoulders, not only is he squeezing like there's a PVC pipe right here, but he's also got that lat activation underneath, pulling down and back.
Yeah, almost like if I'm reaching down.
Yeah.
While I bring the arms up.
Which is where we usually see a lot of that weakness in that front rack and not able to get around that lat right there while they're doing that front rack position. So.
And the progression as your shoulder gets healthier and it's more compliant and not painful is to start exploring this position, start using a thumb up, and and then eventually going into a Y position, but still respecting good head posture or neck posture. Because what will happen a lot of times is people will attempt to compensate here, because this is a lot of lower trap. And yes, the upper trap is helping, but it's they're working as a unit. And if we have an over recruitment of the upper trap, this will also jet the head forward to help the trap activate harder, because your trap doesn't only shrug your shoulder blades, but it also extends your neck. So it's not uncommon that the person will shoot their head forward while they do these. And that's what we want to kind of teach out in good postural position, active spine, raising the arms up. And because it's a warm-up, we may want to again look at not necessarily a fatiguing amount of repetitions. That can be anywhere from as low as 6, maybe as high as 10, but again, we want to go through this circuit. So for the circuit again, to kind of repeat in real time, I'm going to grab my PVC pipe, do my 6-second hold, 3 reps here, 3 reps here, hit up the wall, in good posture, again, active hands, neck is in a good neutral position. Again, we can have a 6-second hold here going through 3 reps or 6 as needed. And the last one, as you saw me do, getting down onto the ground. Good neck posture, active spine, depression, and retraction. Again, going for a hold or going through reps. You'll feel what you need, both are going to be helpful. So, yeah.
I know the last thing that I really like about doing this as that circuit is because it's almost like a test-retest. That first one might feel a little bit tighter, but as you get looser, you can actually see the results as it happens.
Yeah, cool. So please go ahead and leave any comments that you have, any questions that you have. These videos will be coming up as often as we can do them with our scheduling and making sure that we can get content out there. Yeah, see you guys next time.